Presbyterian Athletics, and you are listening to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.
Hello, everyone. We're back here at the Wyatt Law Studio. It's the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. And today we're doing our South Carolina college football preview show. As we go right down the road, as we like to say in South Carolina, instead of right, is Gregory Hartlage from Presbyterian College. Greg, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's get into it. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's going to be some sort of pasta. I love Italian food.
Oh, come on. Go a little deeper with us. Which meal? There's only one meal you can have.
Lasagna.
There we go. Lasagna. Tell us your love of lasagna. What's so special about lasagna?
It's just something I always grew up eating, and our family's part Italian, so that was something we always had regularly.
Oh, excellent.
It sounds like he's inviting us for dinner.
Yeah. Are you inviting us for dinner?
Are you making it?
I can make it, yes. Do you like garlic bread with yours? Salad?
Garlic bread, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's somebody who makes it, and I will bring it. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but no, let's go for it. Now, give us a brief summary of the upcoming season.
Well, we're obviously in a transition from the Big South to Pioneer football, but if you talk to the coaches, they're not focused on that. They're focused on what's in front of us that starts this Saturday against Stetson, who obviously will be a future Pioneer League team. And it sets up, it's a very interesting schedule because we'll be at Stetson this Saturday, and then we have the bye week. Mm-hmm. And then we play 11 straight weeks.
Wow.
For the rest of the football season.
Wow.
Which includes playing 5 road games in 6 weeks.
Goodness gracious.
And what's interesting about that with the 5 road games is we go 5 different states: Alabama, North Carolina, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And the round-trip mileage from campus to campus, from PC to the opponent, racks up almost 5,700 miles.
Jeez. You guys are going on like a tour.
Yeah. And that is North Alabama, Campbell, Monmouth. Then we sprinkle in a home game against Kennesaw State, the defending Big South champ. Mm-hmm. And then we head up to Merrimack, just outside of Boston, and then we close that road trip with Hampton. So it's a road-heavy schedule, but the nice part is we close with 3 straight at home.
Well, that's always nice to be playing at home, but, man, that's kind of a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we do get 4 teams that we're going to be playing for the first time this year. 2 of them at home in Eastern Kentucky and St. Andrews. We play Eastern Kentucky on September 21st, and then we close out the season with St. Andrews on November 23rd. And then we also get to travel to North Alabama and Merrimack, and those are both first-time meetings.
Wow.
So it's a road-heavy schedule, but it's a very interesting schedule for sure this year.
Okay, wow. Well, good luck with that, with those 5 road games. I definitely understand that. I coached at Florida A&M, so those road trips can be a little brutal.
Yep. And if you look at it, most of them are 3 or 4 hours or longer.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Campbell's our closest one of the year. Okay.
Man. Well, you can always get a good read, though. You can play some video games while you're traveling. So, that's one advantage of kind of traveling on the road. You can catch up on all your reading.
I would love it if we could sprinkle in some home games, because 3 home games at the end of the year is going to be a long homestand.
Wow. Yeah. Well, look, Greg, let's talk about some of the players that we should be watching out for. Is there some guys out there that are real special on your team?
We got a few guys for sure. Mm-hmm. We had 4 guys land on the preseason Big South team. Okay. And the way they do it is a first team and then an honorable mention. We had wideout Keith Pearson, who's a junior from He was at Woodruff High School.
Okay.
And last year, he led the team with 52 catches and the team high 565 yards. He's our number one receiver after we had Deshaun Davis graduate last year.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the two of them were having both of them, they had some similar numbers. Defensively, we got Colby Campbell, who led the defense and the conference with 90 tackles last season. And he had 4 games with 10-plus tackles last year. To go along with that, another guy is a sophomore, Jarrett Nagy, who, as a true freshman last year, finished with 89 tackles that led, obviously, all freshmen, was one off the conference high. And he had 5 games with at least 10 tackles last year.
Oh.
And he finished second in the Big South Freshman of the Year voting.
Wow. So you guys got some guys to look forward to.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Those 3 right there are 3 guys that are definitely the offense and defense will be impacted based on how they perform in particular. Obviously not just those 3, but those 3 have been very big for us last season.
And you know what? I think people don't understand that 10 tackles, like in consecutive games, that's tough duty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And especially considering Jared did that to a true freshman last year.
As a true freshman, yeah, that is. I didn't play any my true freshman year, so and getting 10 tackles, that was even harder when I was in the NFL. So I got to give kudos to those guys.
Yeah, those 3 right there are 3 guys. We also got a few other guys I'll throw out there. Our starting center, Eli Teesling, he was also on that all-conference team. And those 4 also were named to the Phil Steele preseason Big South team, along with defensive backs Dirk Curitan and Rod Haygood.
Oh, well, excellent.
Yeah. Dirk and Rod are both upperclassmen as well.
It sounds like you have the possibility of having a pretty good defense this year.
There's a lot, like I've told people who've asked me coming into this year, there's a lot of pieces that are back from a season ago. We returned. Here are my notes. We returned. Let's see, 14 starters from last season.
Wow.
But the thing I also say is the players that we lost were at key spots.
Yes.
We had our quarterback graduate, our number 1 wide receiver graduate. We lost a few guys in the defensive line all those were obviously seniors. So, and then you lose your starting left tackle. I know that's one spot in the OL, but left tackle is obviously a spot that's going to be impacted when you have to change it. For sure.
Greg, tell us a little bit about Coach Spangler and what he brings to the table for Presbyterian, and and how and the impact that he's able to make on the kids there.
He will get the best out of anybody that comes through here. He's a defensive-minded coach. He works primarily with the defense. Obviously, he's involved with the offense, but he works a lot with the defensive backs, and he definitely will tell you when you don't do something right. And I think that's definitely something that's big with any football coach, and obviously he's been around it. I've heard him say a couple of times this preseason, he's been in it for over 30 years. So obviously he's been doing something right in those 30 years.
What's your favorite restaurant in Presbyterian on campus?
On campus or around campus?
Around it.
That's going to be, it's actually where we have our coaches show this season again, is House of Pizza.
Ooh.
House of Pizza.
It's a good spot there.
Nice plug, by the way.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's well done.
Do you get lasagna while you're there?
Sometimes. They got there's a few pizza options there that are really good.
Okay. Well, good. Now, inform the fans. what's the best way that they can follow the program and how to get tickets?
If you go to gobluehost.com, that will get you to all the stories, all the roster, the stats, everything there. There's also a way to get tickets if you go under I believe it's Inside Athletics tab. No, actually there is a specific tab for tickets. And you should be able to get tickets and contact the proper people to be able to get your tickets to come out to the game with our home opener on September 14th.
Okay.
And then at Bluehost FT Ball, at Bluehost FT Ball on Twitter, will also provide you with the same links to all the stories as well as any photo and graphic content that we produce around the specific game day.
Okay. Well, hey, we really want to thank you, Greg, for coming on the show. We really do appreciate your time and your energy. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Hey, good luck this year, too.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg.
Awesome. Great interview. That Greg Hartlage with Presbyterian College, right down the road. Great football tradition. And, of course, Coach Spangler does a good job with those guys. And I love what he says, about, hey, he's going to get the best out of you. And that's, as a coach, that's all you can really do, right?
Absolutely.
Man, he sounds like all the coaches that I was afraid of back in the day when I played.
And they're doing, I don't know if you caught it, but they're doing a really interesting transition there. They're going from the FCS Big South Conference, and they're changing to a D2
Pioneer
conference in Pioneer. Mm-hmm. So you don't hear a lot of schools going down in level, but Presbyterian is, and so it's going to be interesting to see how that transition goes.
Yeah, well, and I thought they had a great, this isn't something we're focusing on. This is something that we're doing, and what we're focusing on is winning football games and getting the best out of our program.
That's right. And that's what they should be doing.
And I also want to give some credit to Mikey Football because, oh my goodness, he has called out the great players. I need the list. When these guys talk about them, they're right here on the list. So, again, we appreciate you, the listener, listening in. Stick around. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.